Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to World Tree Quests, and welcome to session 84 of the forming. And true to fashion, nobody's picture is where it's meant to be. As always,
I
We're
miss
back,
being
baby!
back.
I am, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests here on Twitter. Not Twitter, no, we've not been on Twitter for fucking ages. We're only on Twitch and YouTube now, guys. Here on Twitch and YouTube, I'm, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests. And with me today, we have got my lovely, amazing, stunning, beautiful cast. We have got Patron of Chaos. We've got Just Harry. Apparently we've got Astrid. We've also got Khadija Al-Kubra. And we have got Ash Howard Music. Oh, it's been so long!
We're back!
As you guys know, we've been on our Christmas break for quite some time, and we'll start back a week later because, well, people needed it. Couple of little quick things before we get into it. Number one, I hope everybody had a good winter break. I hope you all had great times, great festivities and all that jazz. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're taking care of yourselves, and I hope that you're having the best start to 2025 that you possibly can. I do want to address one thing, as I've said before we kind of went into this and the more serious things. For those of you that are following our Twitter is no longer going to be actively used. It will still be kept in case, by some medical things do turn around. But for the most part, we're going to be focusing on Blue Sky as going to be our point of contact, and for the foreseeable, TikTok as well. But TikTok may also change. So you may start to see a lot of short form content, clips from the campaigns and such, move over to our YouTube channel. So do go and check those out. You can find all of these at our linktree dot whatever it is, World Tree Quests. Pretty much anywhere that you can look for a group, you can find us at World Tree Quests. With that being said, guys, I haven't asked this question in so long and I'm so excited I get to say it. Guys, what the fuck happened last session?
We got to enjoy a party without anyone dying for once.
That is technically true.
Party's optimism paid off. Ha!
It is technically true. We had the
Oh.
ball with all of the delegates and all of the officials, which are surprisingly most of them are in our party, arriving at the Human Kingdom, which nobody has asked the name of, just to point out. Nobody's asked the name of this kingdom, but they have arrived
That's what
here.
I did.
No, you didn't.
That was what. No. I remember. I asked what the name of what the humans call this continent was, not the name of the human city.
Yes, so it has been confirmed the humans they have a name for this continent. The continent is
Valorna.
Valorna. Very well done. Yes, so they call the continent Valorna, and we've started to learn little bits about their culture. What did we learn about their culture from this ball?
They're all babies.
They're all yes, yeah, not literally, but compared to the at the moment still actively immortal Eladrin, yes, all of these humans are children.
The generosity is a very big thing for them, and the social class stuff. People seem to live really, really comfortably, even the so-called poorer people. Seems very egalitarian in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. So they are a culture that has not thrived on slavery. It's been more on they do have a class system where there is a servant class, but the servants are less along the lines of indentured servants and more along the lines of paid attendants who attend family homes and work there.
Not that toxic classism, which was really nice to see.
There is still to be very clear on it. There's still a sense of there are certain classes that have certain benefits, but not cripplingly so.
Mm-hmm. And
what else did we learn about their culture?
They eat dragons.
And hunt
Quite the big
for
thing.
fun.
Yes. Quite the big
Yep.
thing is that they actively take part in the hunting, the use, and the eating of draconic entities. Which is, on one hand, it's good that they use everything. On the other hand, it's fucked up that they're killing dragons. But
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Exactly, nobody's perfect. Everybody's got their issues.
Sheila got a very nice spear from one of them. That definitely didn't give her chicken pox.
It's used to kill my brethren.
Have you ever picked up an item and it just actively gave you leprosy?
If it makes you feel any bad, it tasted great.
Yes, Elion ate some of the dragon meat and was gifted with, for a small amount of time, the ability to see an aura around items, people, or entities which have a draconic touch or sense to them. So
And apparently,
Yeah.
they're like, who's Sheila?
And apparently Sheila's got some mad dragon aura about her.
Yeah, Sheila has mad aura.
Mm-hmm.
Mad.
Sheila's just got that riz, like.
Yeah. Arya got to talk with some dwarvish dignitaries, and that was fun because, like,
Can you remember their names?
they were the magma dwarves. It was Higa and I forget the king's name. I forgot to write that down, but I remember
You're
Higa was his wife.
You're very, very close. So the Hold on. Where are we? Here we are. So the first dwarves that were spoken to were the deep dwarves who have a deep charcoal skin tone, bright white hair, and their names were King Ilbjorn and Queen Hyla.
Yeah, Sheila and
then-
Karen talked to them.
Yes. And then there was the magma dwarves who you spoke to. The king's name was King Tarlok,
Tarlok, right?
and the queen's name was Queen Rhaeya, not Higa, Rhaeya.
Rhaegar, got you. Yeah,
Rhaegar.
but it was
So
surprisingly not
very
obviously-
close. You got the gut. You got the gut at the end. That was really good for a good bunch of weeks away. So yeah, we've met two groups of dwarven dignitaries, and again we have been the ever-present guests of the great and glorious King.
Amun.
Yeah, King Amun.
Yep.
King Amun took some people on a tour of a certain place. Did anybody go in this tour to this certain place?
The armory.
It was the courtly crew.
It
That
wasn't.
went, I
It
believe.
was. Yes, it was the higher up of the dignitary crew. Sheila, Kiernan, at one point Elion, and I think Reverie came in at one point, or Reverie was on her way there, but we bumped into her outside of it.
Yep.
Elion, Sheila, what was the tour like? You know, did you see anything
Sick.
fun?
Grim.
It was pretty good. They were taken on a tour to a place called.
Oh, I do not know. Yeah,
The
you got
Hall
notes.
of Dragons, I think.
The Hall of Dragonkind. It was a testament to the amount of things that these people had hunted for generations. Dragons
Good.
all over the place. Items made from dragons, pieces of dragons, dragon eggs, and at one point, a full-sized dragon skeleton. Now, I do have here that I wrote down the type of dragon the skeleton was of, but I didn't write next to it if you guys knew what type of dragon skeleton, so I didn't give you that.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool, no worries. Just so I know what information has been given, what hasn't. So I will take a note that kind of information was not given. And then after the party wound down, during the party there was some talks of trade. There was some talks of items being
Oh,
sold
yeah.
because somebody in this party has an item of draconic origin.
That we stole from the Loaded Twilight. And apparently
That's
Reverie
indeed.
recognized the thing that King Amun wanted to trade for them. That was so
Right.
fucking sad.
Yep, Reverie did in fact recognise the thing that was being offered as trade.
Reverie
but there
told a
was-
sad story, as she's
Reverie
very
did
good at
tell
that.
A very sad story. She's scarily good at that.
Reverie also met Rasputin, the priest.
Oh yeah, in the dark of the night.
I couldn't help but make the nickname.
To be clear, to be very clear, it is not actually Rasputin the priest,
Might as well be.
but it is heavily based on Rasputin the priest.
All it's missing is the dancing bats.
Actually, it was dancing bugs. There was only one bat until the end of the
It's been a
movie, where there was a
while.
pink bat. Right?
Listen,
It's been
a
man,
while.
man needs nail clippers. Needs a full Sheila makeover. I don't know if Sheila could fix
do
it.
you remember his name?
No, because I don't think he gave it to me.
He did.
Me
He did.
specifically, I think he gave it
He
to
intro-
Sheila.
He introduced himself to
He also-
Sheila while you were there.
I think he also introduced himself to Harry at the beginning, like when we
Is
were like,
it?
first
Is his
came in.
first name Ra Ra and then his second name Rasputin?
Fuck! You got me!
I think the only one he hasn't met yet is Arya.
I cannot wait until at one point, if any of you guys tries to start a fight with this guy, I'm going to make it a boss fight, and as the music starts up, it's just going to go.
Arya playing on her violin.
And then it just turns into Kingsman 2 fight scene.
Whoever
Right,
Right, so
mastered that.
funny you say that. We looked this up. That's an actual fight style.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
He learned how to Russian knife fight. I was
Yeah.
like, motherfucker, he's devoted. My
Yeah,
knees
but
would
speaking-
not take that whole jump, land on table, spin, jump with your knees. Who knew you could fucking jump with your knees? I tell you who
Everybody
knew.
did.
Reese fans. That's who fucking knew.
Yeah. Speaking
Anyway.
of music, though, apparently there was miscommunication, and Arya wasn't expected to play at the party. They thought she
No.
was going to be up in the tower. So
Arya was
because she's
given
a very-
Arya was given a higher honor and turned it down.
she appreciated it. It's just like she's also a visual performer. She likes to dance and move around. So like,
So
so,
there has
Reverie
been-
came up with a brilliant idea
Yep, there
of
has been
having
a
like
promise
a
that,
dignitary. Sorry,
that
go ahead.
Arya will perform at a breakfast, which will be very, very cool to see. But yes,
and
there
then
was
a
the
fight
offer that they
before
would,
dinner.
and then a fight before dinner.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Another brilliant
Reverie,
idea of Reverie.
Reverie and Elion, they got some beef that's got to get put aside.
Square up, knuckles up.
But
Dukes
when we left off with, and I'm going to put this the way my party have stated this. Elion has went to check out a shower, then went to bed. Reverie wants to talk to Magic Raven Mummy. Arya has went to write a song, and Sheila's off to join a cult. How accurate any of these statements are, well, that's for you as the audience to find out. But we're going to
Is it-
get into it.
It fits our characters well, though.
standard Monday night things.
Just, typical Monday night. So we're going to get right back into it, and we're going to start. We're going to start with a D4 roll. What better way to begin? So
This
one
is the
will
first
go
one
to
of the
Reverie.
year.
It is indeed. 1 will go to Reverie, 2 will go to Elion, 3 to Arya, and 4 to Sheila. It's a 2. Elion, now you said you went to bed. Are you just staying in bed?
Tonight,
See,
yeah,
yes,
I think
it's
so.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that was very easy. So we're just going to go round in a circle now. So isn't it up next? And next going clockwise would be Sheila. So, Sheila, when we left you, you had been invited to step through these large, ornate double doors, which would take you to the private gardens of the king and his high priest. The high priest himself has said to you that behind there is a temple where you have been invited to come and speak to, direct quote, some who have a like mind as to yourself. We left you at these double doors. It's just you.
We did give Kieran specific instruction that if I'm not back within an hour.
He's to come looking for you, which Kiernan is not really very subtle. So I hope you get back within an hour, otherwise it's going to look like a scene from Psycho. But anyway, Sheila, you stand at these ornate, beautiful doors. Now that you've got up to kind of closer up to them rather than just, entering the palace then being taken to the separate wings, you can see those wavy golden patterns that I described when you first seen them. In closer detail, you can see they are specific types of dragons. They don't fit the entire bill. They have like long serpentine bodies and they have no wings, but the head shape is undeniable. These are dragons. Dragons seem to be a very, very large part of these humans' culture. You stand maybe about 20 feet away from them. What would you like to do?
We'll walk right through in true Sheila fashion.
You step towards them. You get within 5 feet of the doors, reaching out ready to push when the doors open, seemingly of their own accord. And what you see is like a strange combination of Mesopotamian and also Roman architecture. If anybody's ever seen like the TV show Spartacus and stuff, where these Roman villas have this space in the middle of the house where it's just pillars and a walk around with like a pool in the middle and it's open air. You step out into one of these large kind of central open air spaces. But instead of it being square, it is oblong. Rounded corners that stretch, and it's about maybe, if you were to cut right through the middle of it, you'd walk about 100 feet until you got to the other side. But from the trellises above and spread all through the middle open portion of this, beautiful wildflowers, hanging baskets of the most amazing smelling flowers. At the other end, there is this temple. The doors to it are open, and standing very visible within the doors is the High Priest, who has introduced himself to you, and you know his name is Mad Halim. To be clear, not Mad Space Halim. It is in one word, Mad Halim.
I was about to ask.
He's not just walking through and going, "Hi there, my name is High Priest Mad Halim. Who are you?" No. But I will understand who you speak of if you refer to him as Ra Rasputin. So, the High Priest there, as these doors open, he splays out both his hands and bows his head to you in a gesture of welcome. What would you like to do?
Sheila's not gonna gawk, even though she's very impressed by the gardens, but we don't let people know how impressed we are, so we're just gonna
Conceal,
breeze.
don't feel, don't let them know.
Exactly. Ice Queen. She's gonna just breeze past everything and just go straight to Mad Halim. And just be like, lovely to see you again.
And he will damn near full body bow to you. Like he's almost like a sideways L. And he says, "I am eternally grateful that you accepted my invitation. And I look forward to exploring the like-mindedness that we share, or that I assume that we share." And then he will hold out one of his hands, as if to take yours to guide you inside.
Wow. creepy are his fingernails?
Like the midway point between real life Rasputin and Nosferatu. Like, you know, the midway point. They're not quite curling over, but they're definitely jaggy. She'll taking it right back.
No, we'll be polite.
We'll be polite, but we will bleach wash the hands later on.
Later.
Okay. So, it leads you inside this temple. And this temple it's dimly lit. I would go so far as to say it is barely dimly lit. Like, the braziers here, it's less flames in the dark and more like glowing embers in the dark that are giving off the very small amount of light here. And surrounding the far-flung walls of this, it's so dark that you can't tell the colours of the walls. They just have a strange eerie red glow about them, but that could be caused by the embers. You're unable to tell what colour it is. But when you get to the end of this wall, you see statues. Statues of varying human-looking persons. Each of them has behind them a large ring. The ring has different designs and different colorations from what you can tell, but each of them have behind them a large ring. And he will gesture to them and say, "These are the representations of the gods of my people." And he goes along down the line, and as he goes down the line, pointing them out to you, he tells you their names. So there is Amon, who they believe is the more powerful of the gods. Not the king of the gods, the more powerful. He's the god of despair. Then there is Atahasun, who is the goddess of light, but also a goddess of war. Then you have, he points out the name of the god Ferran, who is their god of destruction, also the god of war. Then you have Hafe, who is the goddess of nature. I'll put all these names in the Discord as well for you guys, don't worry. Beside her you have the goddess Lith, Lith, who is the goddess of justice. Then you have Mar, the goddess of beauty. And the final one rounding out these 7 alcoves is Nomen, the god of time. And it gives you a basic idea of all of them. They all have their own symbology and such. Amon is represented by the colours of blue. Atahasun being the goddess of light, she's represented by the sun. Ferran being the god of destruction is represented by the symbol of a sword. So on and so forth, all these kind of things. But as he points to them all, he says, "We here," and he gestures to what is now joined you both, a group of these robed figures. "We here see these as mere reflections of ourselves within the eyes of our gods. We see them in differing shapes. And then he will raise up this hand that is always hidden in his cloak. And as he does it and the cloak falls down, you see that these nails that he has on this hand are not quite long and jagged, they are clawed. Up his arm here, there are scales. But like a patchwork. Like looking at one of Arya's creations if it was made by a toddler. Patchworks of different coloured scales all the way up, and it's like a huge arm. And he moves his hand with a sweeping motion, and as he does, like sand, these statues all fall. And then within that same second they rise back up. But each of these statues that rise back up, they rise back up as a dragon. A draconic entity. The main difference here is the bowl in the middle, as I described before, this large bowl of water that he was seen communicating in and scrying through. This bowl of water, another statue rises up out of it. Pure black. And he gestures towards the statue rising up out in the middle and he says, "This is why I believe that you have been foretold to arrive here." How much do you know of the draconic entities that brought around the creation of this world?
I believe I may know a piece through a different mythology and lore. But I admit that I don't actually know the true origins.
When this world was cast, there were 5 draconic entities which contributed a piece of what they believe brings to life. And from this world was born, but they put pieces of themselves into it. Children. He gestures to all of the gods. And then he points to the statue and he says, "But there was one who was never given permission to enter. For they would see the work as flawed. They wish to see it righted, brought back to the beginning and reworked again with perfection in mind." And he walks away from you and goes up to this black statue of this draconic shape, and he puts his hand on it, and it's like almost like reverently. And he says, "We name it Kokaitos, the dragon of the void." And then he'll point to the sky and he'll say, "When you look up, you see stars, and you see the night sky, a black carpet." Not carpet, blanket. A dark black blanket which covers the ceiling of the world, but beyond it, many more lie. And beyond those, there are more, and beyond those more, until you reach nothingness. An empty, desolate, cold, merciless space where the worst beings of the multiverse are cast to be forgotten. A space of pure, unbridled nothing. We believe that Cocytus resides there, waiting to be brought back to this world. And I see the aura of those early draconic creators' magic around you. I believe you to be the mortal vessel of one of those beings. And we would like you to use that power to bring Cocytus to the world.
What's believed will occur when Cocytus comes to the world? Obviously, he will see the world as imperfect. Will that not mean complete destruction of everything?
No, not destruction. We are not speaking of any waves, almost dismissively, at the statue of what he a moment ago named as a god. He dismissed it as like, we are not speaking of the mere temper tantrums of Pharaon. He will not destroy, he will undo. It will not be that you are erased, it will be as if you never were. And then it will start again. The way it should be. It will move forward as all should have. The correct way. The perfect way.
Do we have any indicators of what the right way actually is? Like, is there any lore of what this word of what the direction would be, and how is it different from what it currently is?
Imagine each race, each species, which was designed to thrive in this world. Imagine them doing so, but among a same peoples, with one singular belief, with one ruler, with one law. No clashes of wills, no war, no need for conflict, for all view and believe the same thing. Imagine a world without need for backhanded negotiations. A world where everything is as it should be.
Does sound very idealistic.
Only plans which have a slim possibility of coming about are idealistic. This is a certainty. We could bring about perfection. All we ask is that you grant the power for it to be done. The power which we see around you.
I'm afraid I doubt my place a little bit in this. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to take credit for prophecy, necessarily wasn't born into this. I just happen to know a lot of draconic folk?
What? No, that can't be. The prophecy is clear.
What exactly does the prophecy say?
He's going to walk over to a tapestry, and put this clawed hand onto this tapestry and tear it down. And as he tears it down, there is this stone, like a tablet, and written on it in Draconic, it says this: "She will come with the grace of a queen, her consort coated in scales of green, to bring the song of world's birth, to shatter skies and crumble earth, extinguish stars and crush the gods." And then the plate, the tablet is fractured. And as he tears that down, he points to it and then points to you. No! We lost it!
No!
And it was going so well!
You gave
The
her the
prophecy.
power of Thanos, and then
Twas
Thanos her out.
foretold!
Just when we were getting lower.
'Twas foretold! 'Twas foretold! Oh man.
The prophecy!
We can't continue. Right, we need to wait.
Yes,
I
it
am a
was
prophet!
foretold. I prophesy. It was foretold there would be a doubter amongst you. That play was so good, though. I'm so glad I got to see that. Andrew Garfield was phenomenal in it.
Oh, he's so talented.
He's so good.
What's this? What?
What?
Angels in America.
Is that what the other half of the prophecy says that's broken? It's like, through this prophecy, our world will be collected, and then the player will be disconnected.
Yes, that was the other half.
That's a good one.
How'd you know?
Extinguish stars and crush the gods, and then against all crumbling odds.
And the world shall turn to ash.
We'll
Sorry.
certainly get halfway through lore before the computer goes no more.
No more.
Peter was like, heard responsibility, nah.
Prophecy,
The
the
co-
world shall
the
turn
compu-
to ash.
The computer went, no, we can't make the eagle bigger.
Sorry, hi.
No, don't worry. You just missed us basically laughing at the fact that we got to this big revelation and you went, what? Shut down. Read out the prophecy, tore it down, and he was about to go into, what things make sense. And he points, it says, you arrive here with the promise of becoming a queen. The one who is to become your... And he kind of waves his hand like, consort. Wears scales of green. Everything about this prophecy points to you. We are simply missing the second half. Find the second half, realize the rest of the prophecy, and then bring Cocytus back.
I'm afraid technically I'm not the queen, I'm technically the king's consort.
And he gestures to that and he says, but you walk with the grace of a queen.
I mean, you can't deny that.
I mean, when you're right, you're right. He starts to, again, he's kind of like babbling to himself a little bit here, and he starts to... You must have been born with it. The aura is that we can see it around you.
not everyone have the Zora?
And he'll shake his head as if it's the most ridiculous question that's ever been asked. And he's like, even with the gifts I have been given, the aura circles a fraction of the brightness with which yours shines. You shine with the magic of creation itself. Why would you appear so if this was not you who is prophesied?
Right? This is a lot to digest. What do next steps look like? What's the roadmap?
Well, if you have the capability, we would have you use that power now. To shatter,
like right now.
To shatter the veils that hang between the void and here, to allow Cocytus to be birthed here in this world. However, if that power is not present, we would have the other piece of the prophecy, to know how we can bring it about.
I'm afraid I wouldn't quite know how to do it. Might take a little bit more research on my part. I feel like right now might be too early. I'm not sure how I'd even tap into this power.
By what we are told by the scholars and by the many who have devoted their lives to studying this, by what we are told, it is innate, it is born within you.
Right.
Cool, no doubt.
Cool. I'm running out of excuses here, guys. You know what? It's been a long day of travel. I don't think my power is like quite up to its full peak level. I reckon after like a day of rest, maybe we can regroup and we can try. We can see how things go.
Very well. We had hoped, but we have waited for centuries for this. So we can wait a little more. He turns towards the acolytes and he says, Cocytus does not join us on this night. But we are closer than we have ever been. Go under the watchful eyes of the Dragon of the Void. And then he waves his hand again and the statues drop down and become the gods again. And the acolytes will all get up and disappointingly, I brought my best knife for this.
Robe.
I brought my best knife for this. And they start to make their way out before Mara Halim will turn back to you. And he was like, I had hoped beyond hope that this would be the time. But we have you. And that is hope enough.
Just curious.
Yep.
If I don't quite agree with this, or like just no. If I didn't think maybe like this is the best way, is there any like alternatives?
I'm confused. What do you mean if you do not agree?
So consent is a thing that when two adults enter into an agreement because both want to do something. And if one does not want to participate, then we do not proceed.
I am aware of this. You do not wish to bring around the rebirth of Kolkaitos?
It's just, it's the first time I'm hearing about this, and it's slightly different from the lores and the mythology that I grew up with. There might be some books that I need to review and just compare notes. There might be different translations that are being floated about. I just want to double check the facts before we try something.
I see. Well, in that case, we can only allow you what time is needed for you to see the correct path to take.
I just want to make sure that if what we're doing is right thing, just need to make sure that's, the stars are all aligned. The stars. And we're doing it the right way.
The stars are not in position for this tribute.
Stars!
Stars!
Can't do it!
Can't do it! Not today! How can I picture Sheila doing that and Kiernan just being in the background like, stars! Can't do it! Not today!
100%.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I also love that Sheila's basically trying to, downgrade these cultists with pure logic. It's so her.
Sheila and Kiernan being misunderstood for gods would actually just be Tulio and Miguel. With Kiernan very much being the beware the wrath of the gods. Beware! So as you said, the stars are... I don't know why, but for some reason you said who would Shelby, and I immediately went, Kesselies.
I was thinking that too!
So as you say about, what if the star, make sure the stars are all in that stuff, and he goes, as far as we have been told by the scholars and the priests who have studied these, the stars' alignment has nothing to do with this prophecy.
Yes, but I'm afraid not to talk down about your peoples, but you've only been on this world for a short time. There's potentially other mythology, other lore that maybe has been discussing this topic as well, that's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands years old, that might just help supplement your material.
I will concede to the idea that there may be some who have stumbled upon an accidental note of truth. Take what time you wish. Explore these other scholarly pursuits. But we can only wait so long. If not you, we will pursue another one of the reborn.
Is there more than one prophecy?
The prophecy describes only one who fits yourself. But we are of the opinion that of these 5 draconic creators, why would only one be reborn? And we would believe that their essence lives still in others, and we would seek them instead. It will not exactly match the prophecy, but the power will be the same nonetheless. I'm not going to make you roll for this, but you're very aware that these draconic entities are still alive.
We'll talk
You've-
about that now.
Well, I mean, one of them isn't alive, but
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, tickle death.
We just ate
but
them.
you've had a conversation with 2 of them. Elion has technically had a conversation with technically 3 of them, but he didn't know one of them was one of them.
Yep.
So whatever these reborn could be, you certainly know that the only one who could realistically be reborn is Tinkle Death.
Right. So, you said take my time, but then you said you need to move on at some point. Just once again, roadmap. I like project management. What turnaround time are you expecting?
He moves over to the scrying bowl and he runs his hands along the rim. And I'll roll a d12. I'll roll a d12. That's what we'll do for it. Let's roll this d12 and see what it says. You could get a year. You could get a month.
I was gonna say, this is where Ash is bleeding into Sheila.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Okay, but it's this on the timetables.
Okay, but who's project lead? Because I need to be corresponding with them.
Yeah, and are we having like a cited sources
Can you CC
page?
them on all our current?
What exactly is the budget? Can we get legal in here to make sure everything's dotting I's and crossing T's?
Someone get me a spreadsheet.
We don't do legal unless we really need to, guys.
Is anybody
It's
here
easier.
well versed in Excel? There's never anybody that knows how to use fucking Excel. Ah, Sheila, yay!
Macros and shit, yeah.
Runs his hand along the rim of the bowl, and as he gazes into it, you see the lines along these scales glimmer with magic. And his eyes glaze over. And he says, 6 moons. 6 moons to pass. Before we will have to take further action.
Right. Okay, let me consult the books
Okay, let me
and
write
the
down.
stars.
Let me write down on my board now. We got 6 months.
I can get Kesley's to mock up a book in that time and pretend it's super old and that it contradicts everything they're saying, right?
It's like, yeah, look at this book. It's so old. It's got the prophecy in there, and it's like they go, let us translate it, and just Kesley should just wrote on every single page in different languages. 'Twas foretold.
Smash cuts to 3 months before. Kessie's got tea bags on paper, making it look really old.
What's funny to me is that like it's 6 months by human years, but by Eladrin standards, that's not even half a blink of an eye.
No, Kesley's got ADHD. It would not be. This would be like 2 days before it. And he's like, oh my god, I've still got to write this whole damn book. But yeah, you've been given 6 months, Sheila. 6 months to decide if you will bring around the undoing of the world.
Or find and return the slab.
Or
Which
figure
will,
out how to absorb.
which will reveal the other half of the prophecy.
Which
That
I am
would probably
interested.
Yeah, that'd probably be important to know.
'Twas foretold.
I mean, technically, it's only been half told.
Actually, hold on. I forgot something, Sheila. I'm actually going to need you to roll something for me here. I need you to roll for me a history check.
Oh Lord.
So if it's
Oh,
foretold
don't
for
matter.
half, is it too told?
I actually kind of hate you a little bit for that.
Was kind of good though.
Oh no, that's why I hate it. That I didn't think of it.
18.
18. On an 18, would I give this crucial piece of lore an 18? I'm going to roll a d20.
Nah, near 35, bruv.
I shit you not, I rolled a 19. I rolled a 19, so I'm going to give it. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Before the conversation moves on, you take another glance at this tablet, and it's very standout. It's not the same stone as what this place is made from. It's not marble or anything like that. It looks like normal slate. And it's as you think of that normal slate that you start to see like the shape of the crack and such, and it sparks an image in your mind. Sparks a memory. A memory of a large hand lifting slabs of stone to reveal a huge diamond heart. And one of those slabs of stone being shaped and weird and bent on the hand. To such a point that when you guys were lifted on that hand, and this slab, you know, as the hand, what the hand was made of, pitched and moved to reveal a large tablet wall with images of dragons and flying and descriptions of how the world came about on the palm of it, there was a piece jagged and crooked like this. With that 18, I will reveal to you that the other half of this tablet is currently on Atuma's thumb. Right about here.
Ash is writing. Need to read Atuma's thumb tattoo?
Yeah.
That means we get to visit our buddy again.
Atuma's just covered in like tattoos of different languages. so yes, I've got this one, which is the prophecy of the world's end. What about this one? Oh yeah, this one says fortitude in Sanskrit.
I imagine he gets tattoos by like someone just chiseling into him, like.
Well, these runes on your forehead are fantastic. What does it say? Live, laugh, love.
Oh my god, no.
No regrets.
There's one around about the side of your head. What's it mean? Oh, that means no sending stone. Who dis?
I love that we're saying this about what is essentially, by its standards, a toddler.
Yeah, very literally. Like, Atuma behaves like a toddler, yeah. Ah, hello there. No, we don't want that, so we're just gonna block you. Bye-bye. You banned!
And
You banned!
right. So, thank you for sharing all that with me. It was very enlightening. I will go get some sleep and I'll begin my research tomorrow.
Bows to you again. And he says, I pray that rest comes easy and brings for you clarity of the next steps.
Right. Have a great night. She's gonna Slowly.
pray that you rest well. I pray that you rest well. Cool. No doubt. Cool. And then you leave to head back to your room.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to circulate round. We're going to whoop, 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 move on from you. We're going to go to Arya.
Boop, boop, boop.
Now, Arya, you went back to your room with the intent of sitting down and writing more of your song.
Mhm.
As I've said, because a lot has happened, because there's quite a lot of lore being revealed, I'm not going to make you roll for this one. You've more than got enough to add to your song at this point. So that's absolutely fine. So you spend the next few hours before, signing yourself to sleep, writing over all the things that you've experienced since the last time you sat and did this, which was quite a time ago. And as you write down that last part, your song's now becoming, we're verging away from like the 2.5 minute song and going towards like Bohemian Rhapsody. Like we're getting into like, halfway through it's just going to be a big mama ooh. It's becoming like a full on piece rather than just a song. So once that's been done, what's the next step for you?
I think a couple small things. First, I'd probably ask one of the workers at the palace if they by any chance knew what time the musicians usually start and the guards start up in the towers around the city, because she got that they kind of shut down when the nighttime went down and people were going home. But she wants to kind of gauge like that in-between period, like when no one is there. So maybe at some point while she's here, she can sneak up and do a little selfish indulgence for herself. That's not just like the performance she wants to give to people, but something she can just have for herself that she's planning in her mind.
So this is something I did describe as you came here, that they never stop.
I thought you said that the music last session, I remember writing in my notes, you said when I was scoping the area, like the guards didn't seem to be there, like the music seemed to wind down when people were going home and she was wandering in the nighttime.
Yes, the music winds down, but it doesn't stop.
Oh, I thought it would stop.
It becomes quiet, more ambient, rather than having to be ambient for a busy daytime city. It becomes background noise for a somber, quiet night, but the music is always present. It is constantly.
Okay.
Guard presence just depletes to being like the guards that walk around the walls that connect the towers. They pass by them every now and again. It goes less from constantly present guard to every hour or so a guard will walk by.
Okay, so then I'll have to scope that out a different way later on. I think in that case she would then in that case she's probably going to unattune from her sun staff and try reattune to her ring of invisibility, spend an hour doing that, and then after that I think just like she thinks back to what Reverie had told her about, like, trying to find nice things about yourself and like reflecting on things that you're grateful for in the day, just kind of help her with like her sense of like, building self-confidence and self-worth, and actually thinks about that and tries to like do that for like her biggest physical insecurity, her eyes. It makes her think of like other people that like had something about that was similar to like that made them different, but like she would think beautiful, so why not think that about herself? And then she especially remembers Zotali and how he had like completely violet eyes just like she did, so she wants to try again casting Ascending to Zotali, seeing if maybe she can like do a similar thing for him that she's trying to do for herself.
Okay.
So D100?
No.
No. Not this time?
No.
Okay.
Forgive me if
Can
I'm
I
wrong.
press the button?
Sending, you have to roll a D100 for a 5% chance if they're on a different plane from you.
Yes. That's
No,
what
you
we
didn't roll it.
established. Oh, okay. So Ari will cast Sending, and she will say this time, Zotali, we deserve to feel good about our uniquenesses. Was insecure expressing at masquerade, but I think your eyes and tail are beautiful. Sincerely, Arya.
Immediately, there is an answer.
There's an answer to that?
As Zotali says, where are you?
Can I rush to the? Can I rush to find one of the servants and ask? Excuse me, I forgot to ask. What exactly is this kingdom called? We've just been establishing it's the human city, but do you have a name for this place that I can know about?
She bows her head to you and says, "This is the blessed kingdom of Anakara."
Anakara. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I'm gonna rush back to my room and cast Sending again.
Okay.
To Zatali. He's like, I'm in the blessed city of Anakara, the human city in the desert to the east, with my friends. Are you here, Onatuma? Are you okay?
There will be a sending back that will say, "I'm okay, but I don't know where I am. I don't know what a desert is, but if it's cold, I am there."
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
On a technical scale, the Arctic is technically a desert. Just saying. But he doesn't know that.
Just so I'm clear, this sounds like Sotali. It's not like someone like trying to fake.
So
Sound like Sotali, right?
sending isn't actually the person's voice. You can just tell with sending if it went to the person it's supposed to go to. It doesn't actually sound.
Right.
It just sounds. Essentially, think of it as like, hello there. This is an AI recording of your message.
Right, but I do know because I use the spell a lot. It will.
So
only
this
land
is
on the person.
you always
Okay.
know if it lands with the person.
Okay. So cold definitely got to be winter. So I'm gonna use my final sending, my final spell slot in 3rd level to cast Sending again.
I mean, you're about to go to sleep, so like, not the worst.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Not the desert. You're in the Winterlands, much farther north. There are cities and settlements there you can find. Any way to connect together?
He will reply with sending and say, "Magic is limited. I have changed. I am not sure which direction to go. All is white."
Fuck about a sending. I'm gonna see if I can find Reverie. Maybe she can cast the settings for me.
Okay, so you're now going to find Reverie.
Because this is
Okay,
important
so
to me.
what we're going to do is we're going to go to Reverie, let Reverie do their thing, and then we'll come back to you. So we jump to
Okay.
Reverie. As Arya sprints out like, "Hey, the guy who I like is kind of like alive again." Reverie, when we left you, you were going to find a private place where you could, contact, Rhea Ripley. So
Yes. Hot
there's
Raven God
loads and
mommy.
loads and loads of private spaces. For one, you have your room.
That one's not as much fun.
What?
So that one's not as much fun as just finding a different private space.
Okay, cool. So you go to find a different private space. At nighttime, the gardens, the kind of gardens at the front of the palace, are relatively empty. You could find a secret corner there. Every now and again, a guard might pass by, but the chances of them seeing you because of your height and generally, twilight is your thing, very, very small. I'm talking, I would be rolling a 1 in 100 chance of them spotting you.
I'll do the gardens.
Okay. As you make your way into the gardens, you can see 2 or 3 guards patrolling with torchlight and stuff. As I described this before, it's like, it's almost laid out like it's a vineyard. Like vineyards have like rows. So the gardens are made out almost as if there's rows and there's ways to walk through them. There's animals and ponds, and it's like a safari park as your front garden. But tucked away in like one of the far corners, there is like a little overhang of these beautiful hanging purple, violet, and pale blue flowers, where you can kind of sequester yourself and you're mostly blocked off from vision.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I will try and call the Raven Queen.
Okay. So you send out this invitation of the Raven Queen to contact you. And she will answer. And she will answer directly. And she will say, "What need of me do you have?"
Your newest acolyte. I was hoping you could tell me a rough estimate of when I should be expecting them.
He will come to you upon a road travelled, but not by common foot. He will be garbed in the clothes of a beggar.
Okay.
Sorry, that was my alarm.
Thank you. Is there something in the human cities that I could do here for you?
No, there is nothing that she wants from this human city.
All right, my friend. If there is, or your mind changes, you know how to find me.
She will say that she always has her eyes upon you. Jesus is watching. So I couldn't, and there was no filter in my brain there. It just went, ha, Jesus watching.
No, I did the same thing.
This is the worst part about being a DM that relies on building suspense, but also you have ADHD and can't control what's in your mouth, in your brain from coming out your mouth. But yeah,
Shut up, Mrs. James.
But yeah, she tells you that she always has her eyes upon you. If there is ever anything that she needs of you, she will contact you.
Very well. I will wait for her presence to disappear. And then I'm going to make another call. Got a lot of calls to make tonight. I'm going to call Asmodaddy.
Oh, God. I feel like since I've lost my beard, I don't have the res needed for him, but I'm going to give him my best shot. So, you're gonna cast Ascending to him, or you're gonna...
Yeah, it's like this. She's gonna go through the motions of casting Ascending. And see if that works. It's been working so far, so she doesn't see why it wouldn't.
Let me roll a D100 and see what happens with that.
Oh, this time you have to roll a D100 on ascending.
I feel like I have to roll these ones because I got them for Christmas. They're metal and they also have little rubies stuck in them, so...
Ooh.
Ha 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 ha! Oh fucking K! 99. You go through the motions of casting Ascending before there's like a behind you, a surge of heat, and then a voice that goes, "I knew it would look ravishing."
I'm gonna turn around.
And Asmodeus is standing there. And as you turn and look, Omi kind of... He does that little kind of like, you know... Not kind of like no, roguish rake style bow where they kind of... And he says...
I will give him a little half curtsy.
Reverie, you do look astounding. I hope you didn't wear that just to garner my attentions.
I had an event.
And you invited me along, or is this a sequestered meeting?
I believe this would be about as sequestered as we could get.
I do enjoy a secluded encounter. Now pray tell, Reverie, why do you send for me?
Well, I wasn't expecting you to go out of your way as to show up. I know you're very busy. I was wondering, though. We made plans for dinner, but we never set a date.
That is very true. And I would not want to be thought rude and improper, so as to leave a beauty as yourself waiting. So when shall our date be?
Well, if you are free. How many? Hold on, Brad. How many? It's 4 days until Hesselius's jewelry's done, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to
Just
say that when you say when are you free, he laughs.
Yeah. Would 3 days from now work?
3 days hence will be absolutely fine by me. But you should know, Reverie, I am never free. There is always a price for pleasures, whether it is pleasurable company or of more salacious means. There is always a price.
I see. Can I insight?
I would like to insight check the guy who runs the Nine Hells.
Yeah.
You may certainly try.
I'm specifically insight checking to see if he's saying that he paid a price, or if I'm paying a price for our dinner.
I tell you what, let me see if there's a stat block for Asmodeus.
By the way, Brandon, you did not. You lose the ring
No.
at all.
We don't yell. Hey, look at me. Hey.
Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking what? Okay, so I didn't know this. There is an actual online only official D&D adventure thing called the Chains of Asmodeus, right? It's online only, right? And it has a stat block for Asmodeus. I'm going to roll for this fucker, just to explain the fucked up level of this shit, right? I'm going to roll his deception check, because obviously he doesn't give away anything for free, right? And I'm going to tell you what I fucking rolled, and I'll let you guys do the math.
Oh boy.
I shit you not, I've rolled a 19. Okay?
Again? What
Yep,
is
it's
the
another 19
tonight?
right there. 19. So I'm going to tell you, Reverie, the DC to beat for this insight check is 47.
Oh,
What
that's
the
not
fuck?
happening.
Shit! That's broken as fuck!
Oh my god,
This
you're my
motherfucker,
favorite
this
human.
motherfucker has a
Thank you.
plus 28 to deception. The
It
fuck?
makes sense, but it still feels broken.
The Lord of Lies.
But like,
Me when I'm playing a war
Shit.
cleric and I'm like, does a 35 hit?
Fuck.
Oh, bye, Harry.
no, Harry! I think we need to.
Did we lose
Our
Harry?
Yeah.
Our AI wasn't used to being rebooted again after a month.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Harry's dropped for updates into the system. So sorry. I thought I timed it for after session. Apparently, I timed it for in
I mean-
session.
Listen, it's our first session back
So
of the year.
sorry.
We're gonna run into hiccups.
My scheduling was off on his AI updates.
I'm buying this fucking thing. I need this in my life.
Okay, so
Busted as fuck.
I can't tell.
Okay, right, hold on. Okay, so I found... Right, that's the worst case scenario, Asmodeus. So I found the common Asmodeus. It's not much better. He's got a plus 19 to deception. So it's not a 47, but it is a 38.
I can't beat.
I don't think there's a fucking force on Earth that can beat that.
The highest
I
I
think
can
even
roll.
Sheila would have a hard time with that.
The highest I can roll at present is 27. So I don't know. So, Reverie, because she's Reverie and she's so nice. She's so nice and she thinks that's so sad. She's gonna give him, she's gonna create a very, like, it's a blue, like a daisy-like flower with these white spots. And she's gonna hand it to him. And go, that sounds like a very lonely existence.
He is going to take this flower, smells it, and then he's going to go, there he is, he's back.
Sorry.
He smells the flower, and then, he's frozen again. No, it's all good. So he smells the flower, and then he will cup it in his hand, close his hand over it, and then he blows into his hand. As he blows in through the kind of cracks in his fingers, you see this red flare. And when he opens his hand, this orchid blooms. But this orchid has red petals, and the frill at the edge of the petals is trimmed in deep, like Vanta black. And he says, I believe it's about time that I brought you a flower.
I'm going.
And then he will take the flower and he'll kiss it and then hold it out to you.
I'm going to take it. Reverie loves flowers, so she's definitely like studying the flower.
Okay.
I mean, just very quietly goes, it's beautiful. Thank you.
It should be. I heard that these flowers in particular symbolize reverence.
He has so much.
Which is fucking weird, because I got none.
Falsehood.
He's got so much riz.
I mean, in all fairness, he is based on the devil from the Bible, so...
All the time. Every time I think about him, I'm like, I'm the devil from the Bible.
The Bible.
Yeah, Reverie, very like it is a treasured thing, holds it very close to her chest. He goes, then I suppose I'll see you in 3 days.
He says, I would wait with bated breath if it were a requirement for me to breathe. And then he will step backwards into the shadows and dissipate.
Before he like fully steps out of vision, Reverie does
Uh-huh.
another little half curtsy in the dress he got her for him to enjoy. And yeah, she's just gonna stare at the flower for a couple minutes because that was really nice. She's gonna go up to her friends and be like, I know he's the Lord of Lies, guys, but like he's so nice. I think
I
he's,
can
like,
fix him.
over-exaggerating.
I can fix him.
I think y'all are just like over exaggerating.
Like, I know he's the Lord of Lies, but I can make him the Lord of Lying Down. At this point, I'd say Arya can probably be ran out into the gardens and find you, Reverie.
Yeah.
Purely by accident.
Reverie! I need help.
Huh?
I need help. Do you have any sending spells on you, on left in your person right now?
Oh, right now, this moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you remember Sotali
I
from
can
the
still
astral
hear you
plane?
guys. I'll be back in a moment.
Yes.
Apparently he's on this plane. I cast a sending to him, thinking it was going to be a long shot, like 50-50, because he's on a different plane, like the other times. But no, this time it went through real quick, which means he asked where I was. He's on this plane. He's in the Winterlands. He says it's cold. He can't see anything. It's all white. I told him where I was. But I ran out of sendings. Yeah, he's all alone. He's in a completely different place. He says that he's limited on magic. He doesn't know where he is. We need to help. I need to help him. I'm sorry. Let me take a breath. Sorry. It's just this is really important to me. This is someone I care about, and I want to make sure he's okay. And if there's a chance I could see him again, maybe you can try and cast a send him. It worked once before. Just try and get more information. Maybe we can try and figure out how to get to him, or how to get him to us, or at least get him to a settlement in the Winterlands.
Yeah, I can cast a couple of sendings worth of.
Thanks.
Um,
Bloody hell! I really, really, really need to learn more teleportation spells.
yeah. Sure. Still like holding the orchid, She's
Oh,
going to.
lovely.
Thank you.
No, I've seen you grow that flower before.
I didn't grow it.
You didn't? Oh, wasn't it your... And I think still... He didn't ask for your soul again, did he? Because again, that
No.
feels like a red flag.
No.
Or at least an orange one.
We just had a conversation about our upcoming day.
Okay, conversations are good. All right, just, again, your life, I trust you, you know yourself. Just want to make sure my friend is safe.
He's been
I'm not gonna
nothing
get
but a
taken
perfect gentleman.
Fair, but I definitely have seen...
Salacious gentleman.
I've definitely seen people back in the summer court who acted gentlemanly, but then would, lock you in a closet as a prank and then make you have a panic attack so bad that you almost peed your pants in court and then people laugh at you. Not speaking from
Very
experience.
sorry, my ADHD did the thing. I need to confirm you said lock you in a cupboard, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
that's what.
Cool, because I heard
Yeah.
"uk" and went,
No,
ha.
she said lock. No,
Ha.
she said lock.
Okay,
That's
cool.
called
I
a
just
rape.
wanted to confirm that, okay? Because I was about to say that's a very summer thing to do.
Very mean to Arya in court. But anyways, if you could cast Ascending to Zotali, I don't want to take all your spells for that, but at least maybe gauge if he has any kind of magic to maybe try and get him to a settlement, or maybe cast a locate on him, or I don't know, just so we can sort of ping where he is. I know there's a spell where you can see where someone is, but I don't know that if you have something of theirs, or if you know them. I think it's called scrying, but I don't know that spell. But just so we can at least know generally where he is, maybe we can direct him to someplace in the Winterlands, the nearest settlement, so he's at least not wandering in the cold.
Are you asking me to scry on him?
Can you scry on him?
I can.
Are you asking me
Yes,
to stalk
right.
your boyfriend's Facebook and MySpace just to make sure he's not a creep?
I mean, not to
This is the D&D version of that. Just saying.
Listen, this is about safety.
MySpace?
My crush is in the middle of the Winterlands, and he has no idea where he is. This is about safety. If you can do that, that would. I just want to make sure he's safe at least.
I
Even
can
if we
only do it twice, but I
Okay.
can scry on.
Okay, that could help.
Okay.
I think at least one scry and one sending, just so that he's not feeling like I left him hanging, because, I just want to make sure he's okay. Even if we can't connect right away, because completely different areas of the continent, at least just so he's not going to freeze to death.
Yep. I just Okay.
How did he even get here?
Is there a body of water in this garden?
Yes, there are ponds and bodies of water in these gardens.
Okay, awesome. Revery's gonna go over to that, and she's gonna put her hands on either side and kind of just lean in and murmur something to cast scrying, so that way she can see through the reflection of the water to try and find Zotali.
Okay, you're casting scrying.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
you're
gonna put my hand on her shoulder and cast guidance.
okay, and you're casting scrying on Zotali.
Mhm.
Fantastic. So let's just go and double check the criteria. As a reminder to everybody, we in this campaign are still using the 2014 5th edition rules. Okay? Just in case anybody pips them with it. That's not how scrying works anymore. I don't care. Until they put everything into 2024 rules, we're using 2014. So let's just get scrying.
Yeah. So you got plus D4 to your roll with guidance.
We need to check that though. They don't roll. She doesn't roll anything. It's Zotali that rolls.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I mean, Ari would still do that anyway,
Okay.
so.
So you're trying to scry somebody that you have only heard of, so they have a +5 to their save.
No, she saw him at the ballroom when he
Yeah,
was like
we
being presented
did.
too.
Hmm.
Oh, yes.
And-
So,
And they also
hold on. You haven't met or know the target well. So this is the criteria. It says you have heard of the target, so second hand. First hand, you've met the target, or familiar, you know the target well. You did not meet him, so I do have to count it with the second hand knowledge.
Would that count if, like, because I remember when we got out of the astral plane, she got ascending through to him, and then he heard his voice. He was able to tell her about the orrery so that they could get out. Would that?
That's not
for that?
meeting. That's not meeting.
Oh, okay.
I've spoken
Just
to the
had to ask.
guy. I've spoken to the guy that runs mortgages at my bank several times. I've never met him.
Fair enough. Just had to ask.
On a technical scale, I've spoken to Harry quite a lot. I've never met him.
Yeah, you've seen his face, never met him. Fair enough, I had to ask.
However, you are aware, Reverie, you are aware of what he looks like. You know what he looks like, as was pointed out. You don't have a possession of his or a piece of his clothes, and you don't have anything that is part of his body. You don't have a hair or a tooth or anything like that. So, he does get a +5, but that +5 gets a -2 to it because you know what he looks like. So in total he gets a +3 to this wisdom save. Now I don't want to distress Arya too much, but I'm going to say because of other circumstances, he is rolling this with disadvantage.
Oh, joy bunnies. All right.
Actually, it may be more than that. Let me double check.
Oh, gee.
There could be more to it than that. Allow me a moment.
I wish Arya knew scrying because she's met him. I'm still a newbie cleric. I'll get there.
It's fine. Scrying's alright. It's alright. It's cool. It's all good.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure out where my crush is.
Everything's
We'll give him
fine.
safety, so he
Everything's
looks free.
okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. No, it's just it's disadvantage. Okay, cool. So he's rolling
It
with
works.
disadvantage. And he has a +3. Ha! Okay. Reverie. How is an 8 for the saving throw? Does that pass?
No.
No, I didn't think so. So you are able to scry him. Okay, so your vision as you look into this pool in a circle of about maybe 10 foot. Well, no, actually, no, that's a bit big. 5 foot, like a 5 foot diameter circle, white. You see an endless expanse of snow, and it's almost like you're coming at it from above. And as you zoom in, you see this figure trundling through the snow with what appears to be some kind of like ragged blanket wrapped around them as they march forward. Right? As it gets right into this person, they do not look like Zotali. There is no taloned feet. There is no tail. Their skin is pale. Very, very pale. Their hair, equally so. Very, very white. The eyes are still the same, violet eyes, but despite the pale skin, Zotali looks human. But the scrying worked. You know it worked. You can, when you cast a spell, you can tell if it's worked or not. Nothing's interfered with this. This is Zotali.
I would see the scrying too, right? Like it's a pool, right? You know.
Don't actually know if you do.
It's not like an object. It's me peering into the water. That was more for flavor. For me to see.
Let me I'll double check it. I'll certainly ask the question. Do others see what the caster sees when they scry?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's like the pool kind or if it's just like a sight, like a third eye sight kind of thing. I know that one of them is like that spell, but I don't know if that's necessarily the same as scrying. Just wanted to ask. Just for clarification.
The caster sees and hears through an invisible sensor.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to see it, Arya. Only Reverie would see it.
Alright, then I'll ask, is he okay? Like, does he look injured? Does he look like he's freezing to death?
Can I tell, is he walking towards or away from the winter settlement?
It's impossible to tell. There's like a blizzard. He could be pale-skinned because he has pale skin, or he could be pale-skinned because he's actively freezing to death.
Oh, okay.
So Reverie, because you're close with Kesselis, I will let you know of this one thing. Because you can tell this location, Kesselis could go. But you know Kesselis can't come. You wouldn't be able to come back. Kesselis is not familiar with this location. He could teleport to Winter. He could take you guys to Winter, but there'd be no coming back. You would have to come back the old school way.
Oh, fuck.
Or you could leave him to the elements and see what happens.
No, he's human.
I'm only human.
Does Reverie say that, or are you saying that, Liz?
That's me saying that.
Oh, okay. I was just like on the side, worried. But
He's
Go take your
alive.
okay.
He has no clothes.
That's not good. In the winter.
He's wearing a blanket.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have a tail anymore.
What do you mean he doesn't?
He's also not blue anymore. As a matter of fact, if you looked at one of these like short-lived human peoples, he looks remarkably like them now.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
know
we
if that's necessarily important. He's in a blizzard in just
But
a
it
raggedy
is
blanket.
Zotali. Even if he looks different, it's for sure Zotali.
Yes, his eyes were the same.
That's all that matters to me. Okay, okay, he's in the middle of the blizzard. Did he look like he was like, well, it's blizzard, probably wouldn't be able to see around. Did he have like any sort of bag or equipment on him? Maybe he could like make shelter or put fire? Because he's gonna freeze stiff if he keeps wandering around like that in the winter.
It did not look like it.
Fucking hells. Okay, even if we don't know where he is, we can't even teleport to him. We can't, if he doesn't have any equipment to at least make a shelter, he's gonna freeze. Fuck, what do we do?
I will tell you what.
I really wish I had teleportation spells.
I can go pick him up.
Are you gonna be able to come back?
It's gonna take me a little while, straight travel to come back, but I have spells that will keep him alive. Once I get somewhere, we just have to make it to the spring teleportation circle to teleport to summer, which will cut the journey.
Okay, but that's gonna take days, and you still have stuff. We still have to be emissaries here. The stuff we gotta get done. I know you're waiting for a commission from a jeweler's for something, and you fight with. I don't want to take you out of your way like that. That's not fair to you.
Right, but this is a matter of literal life or death.
I know.
So I will go. I can keep in touch with Kesselis. Okay, so you have everything. I can keep in touch. I can keep him alive.
How long do you
I
think
can
it'll
give
take to
him
get
shelter.
back?
That's dependent on the blizzard. I mean, I can move pretty quickly when I need to.
Okay.
I can summon a giant celestial and fly. Like,
From the Winterlands all the way to here?
no, from the Winterlands to spring to the teleportation
Right.
circle to then get teleported into summer to then journey
Back. Okay, so that's gonna
back
take at
through
least.
the mountains.
How many days would that take? You think? Yeah.
At least 2 days.
Yeah, a minimum of 2.
Okay, 2 days. Well, we've got like maybe like how many more days we said we were gonna stay here? At least like
A
4.
minimum of 4.
Okay, 2 days out of the way. That's not too bad. I think maybe we should talk about this with the others too. Maybe get their opinion. We could ask Kessler's for sure. He knows winter better than any of us.
So it takes in cold temperatures not long to die. So we do not have long to make this decision. I think we have to make this right now and apologize.
Okay,
for
yeah.
the decision.
Is there any chance that is there a limit on how many people you can take? Because if you guys are going, I'm coming with you. I need to make sure Zotoli's okay.
I can try, but then we have half our people here, and the last time we did that was not good.
Yeah, not good. Okay.
I was just going to have Cassilis teleport me.
And you think that'll be easier, be better, be safer?
Well,
Be quicker?
I can summon creatures to fight with me.
Right. Okay, right. Forgot. Okay, I need to get to calm down. Okay. I think that's a good idea. I don't want him to die, Gregory.
Then I will go make sure he does not die. Okay.
I immediately just hug you. It's like so gratefully. Thank you. Just bring it back safe, yeah? Okay.
Just tell Elion I'm going to beat him up still
okay.
aggressively.
I'll be sure to deliver the message, and we can celebrate your return with the girls' shopping trip and such.
I will celebrate my return with beating up Elion.
That too, and the performance. I'm not gonna let you miss that. So, I'll tell the others. Hold down the fort here. Do you need anything? Do you need anything I can give you to help?
Food. No, I have food. Actually, never mind. I should just grab my pack.
Oh, hang on. I've got some extra clothes. I'll give her the clothes I got from winter when we were there. This should at least make sure that he doesn't freeze too. He's probably I'm probably closer to his size than your winter clothes would be. So
Perfect. All right. Yep. Time's wasting. I'm
All
gonna
right.
run to go get Cassilis.
yeah, I'll cast bardic inspiration on you as you're going. Be safe, I'll say.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Reverie, you're going off to find Kesslis.
Yep.
Okay. Kesslis is relatively easy to find. I mean, he's literally in the same row of rooms as you. You knock on his door, and he opens the door, quite messy haired. He's got all the braids and stuff out of his hair, so his hair's just long, down, pure white. I was like, oh, hi?
Hi.
You look, is everything okay?
I need you to teleport me to Winter right.
Okay. First off, why?
Oh, do you... So, the whole, Lord of Twilight, blah, blah, blah. Arya made a good friend in his son. Yeah, his son is in winter, and he's human now, and he's going to die. So, can you teleport me there, so that way I can get back here in 2 days? Because there's a blizzard going on in winter. And
Certainly, of course. You can't teleport back here, right? They don't have an active
Yes.
teleportation circle here, so...
Yes, my plan is to summon a celestial, to fly into spring, to to the spring teleportation circle to teleport into summer again. To, you know, circle of life.
Okay. Well, come in. Do you have a location in mind that you're looking to go to?
Like I said, there was a blizzard there. I can roughly guesstimate a location.
Okay. What to do for is roll me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh god, my nature sucks. That's 11.
The Bardic.
I do have Bardic. What's a Bardic now? Is that a D10?
Give me a
D4.
D4.
I believe. Oh wait. No. Bardic inspiration. No. It wasn't Bardic inspiration. It was guidance.
No, I gave her a Bardic Inspiration before she left. I said, be safe, and I cast Bardic Inspiration before she left.
Okay, cool.
To get
Okay, cool. You've also got guidance as well, so you can roll a D4 then whatever the Bardic inspiration is.
Yeah. D4. See. Ability check. Bardic Inspiration dice can be rolled again. Choose which roll to use, and I believe that is a D. Give me a second. Why is it not showing? Oh, here we are. 1d8.
Oh, Bardic is...
D4, a D4 and a D8.
Yeah, and with
D8.
ability checks, you can roll twice with that and pick the one you want, because Mode of Potential works like that, apparently. Which is really cool.
Okay.
Color Creation Bards. Woo.
Oh, yay, that was much better. Okay. $18 now. That's way better than 11.
On an 18, you know that it is like wide, expansive plains land. That's what he was in. You did see there was mountains over towards his east side. You know that the College of Winter and the city that it is part of is girdled by mountains. So chances are he's out in the open plains. Your closest bet is probably going to the Winter Eladrin village, which is where the giants were.
Yep.
They had a teleportation circle there, but you don't know what that place is going to be like, because it has been a good bit of time since you've been there. It's been more than half a millennium since you've been there.
That is true.
So you could be going to a ruin, or you could be going to what is now an established town or village.
I can turn invisible, though, so I'm fine. If there's, still problems with the spooky giants that scared me when we left the giant problem. Anyway.
I don't think so, because remember that other storm giant killed the other frost giant?
That's the storm giant that scared me.
Oh, I thought he did, but okay.
Yeah, he could come back. If he could just dip, he could just come back.
That's fair. I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Yep. I give him coordinates.
And he starts to cast the spell. And as he casts the spell, he holds it in effect, and a circle starts to light up on the ground. And he says, as soon as I let this go, you're gone.
Okay.
I would like to say I am doing this under extreme protest.
Okay, I want to be good. Sheila and Kiernan will look out for you. If I'm not here in 2 days,
I'll be coming to find you.
Yeah. Sound the alarm.
Please don't die.
I won't. I have to come back to my son, I know.
I don't want my greatest parental guardian to be Kiernan.
I would never do that to you.
and then he will take the strand of magic and he'll snap it. And as he snaps it, immediately you are surrounded by a horrifically tempestuous blizzard. But there is ruins all around you. Whatever Winter Eladrin once lived in this area left and permanently went elsewhere. Around you can see the old foundations of the village. Some of it's poking up through the snow, but for better part of it, what you're standing in is essentially just a patch of icy terrain with bits of wood somewhere. Bits of wood scattered over.
Mm-hmm.
Bits of wood and stone.
Now,
And the wood has only survived because it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
That as well, it's nighttime. So it is immediately, oh shit, it's extreme cold. I need a constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Cursed dice, here we go.
Doesn't the Ring of Winter help too with the cold?
Oh, that's right.
It actually might. Let me see.
Let that cursed ring be useful for something.
It's been very useful for a lot of things. Ring of Winter. Let's see.
Other properties. That's a property that can be activated.
It will say specifically if it makes you immune to the effects of extreme winter or extreme cold. Non-detection, freeze time, cold, well-tuned ring. You have immunity to cold damage and don't suffer any ill effects from extreme cold. So no con save.
Okay. But it
You're
is
in the middle.
nighttime, so I can.
It's nighttime. You can
And I
still
have-
feel the cold. You still feel cold. You're just not. You just don't have any of the after effects of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna leave you there. Because I want to jump back to where Sheila was and see what Sheila does as she gets back to her room. Then I'm going to get Arya back to her room, and then we're going. I want, because this has got to be given some proper time. Okay. So
Save my man.
Sheila, you left your creepy cult clan meeting, right? And you've made your way back towards your room. Okay? You step into your room, and Kiernan is like pulling on one of the greaves of his armor when he sees you, and is like, you were cutting it really fucking close.
Yeah, they.
I don't like it when you make that noise and then stop. It usually is what follows something that is akin to a declaration of war. And now that I have the actual power to declare war, it makes me even more nervous.
They want to end the world. Technically recreate it, but it sounds like ending it.
As soon as you say you want to end the world, he like sits down and he's like, "Oh." It's like every time I hear about somebody trying to do something evil, I get like indigestion or something.
Believe me, I understand. I never wanted to deal with this shit, and yet we keep getting dragged into it.
Okay, so we go round up everybody and then we go kill them all. Is that what's happening here?
Alternative diplomatic route is that I have 6 months to prove to them that our texts are better because they're a lot older and they're misguided. But also we might be able to, like, there's a whole prophecy. I'm not gonna lie, the first part of the prophecy does kind of sound like me. But there's a second part of the prophecy that is on Tuma's thumb.
So we either go to war to stop the world from being ended, or we let the world be ended, or we have 6 months to turn around the entire view of a bunch of religious zealots who want to end the world based on something that is on the thumb of a titanic elemental entity that lives underneath the mountain of one of our closest allies. Am I getting that roughly correct?
Yes, but think about it this way. 6 months to them is like forever. They're babies. Like, what are they? Maybe like 30? That's like 1/60th of their life.
That is math, love, and I don't do math. If we need numbers, we should get Kesselis.
It would be if I took about, should like show a mountain of food and be like, if you had this much food, it'd be like if I took like this much away.
So we're starving them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's technically illegal in declarations of war.
I mean, by whose laws?
Being a ruler of a country brings out a fairly dark side in you.
I think I was always like this.
Don't get me wrong, incredibly hot, but like, you know, not in the killing people kind of way. So you said there's a prophecy. What is this prophecy that apparently is about you?
He'll recite it. And like, of course, when it's like mentioned, like, shove the aura of a queen, she'll be like, yeah.
And he just like, they told me to wear gold and bronze. And I said, no, I like green because green is the colour of trees and leaves. And they said, but it's not the colour of a king. And I said, I don't care. I don't want to be a king. And now I really wish I'd went with the gold and bronze.
Also, I just don't know how much it's like, she'll whip out the scales. I don't know if it's because I just have these on my persona, and if I like hid them away for a day, if I walk out and they're like, oh no, she's lost her aura. I don't know how that works.
I mean, we could try.
But I'm also terrified to leave those in a place where they could get access to them.
Then I think if that's how we feel about that and how that's what you're thinking they might be picking up on, maybe until we have all of them, we leave the scales somewhere we can trust.
Bag of holding, different dimension.
That'll work.
Done.
Okay, and then you'll stop glowing like a draconic warning sign, and then they'll go, oh, we have the wrong person, and all will be well, and my first act as king will not be declaring war.
We can test this at breakfast. We just need to force someone to eat dragon again, and we can test it out.
I don't think you'll have to force Kiki to do it. He's fairly set on eating whatever food is put in front of him.
I think that describes most of our group.
Oh, I won't eat dragon. No.
Okay. Okay. We'll start there. I mean, like, worst to worst, we just get Cassilis to, like, fake a book, right?
I think that would be tantamount to shitting on him while he sleeps, but yeah, basically.
Well, no, we'll just tell him he gets to write his own religion.
You do not want him to be influenced in that way. I think he could conquer the world.
Better that than me ruining it all.
How about we... And he's going to walk over and he's going to take your hand. He's going to, how about we go to bed and we sleep? And then hopefully in the morning this will all have been some kind of weird dream, and you aren't some prophesized messiah of destruction and death. And I am not the consort of the prophesized messiah of destruction and death. And everybody is just friends, and we all progress happily through the world.
I don't have friends, but
You,
we have acquaintances.
okay. Your acquaintances and my friends.
There you go. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll do this. Though, to be fair, if we do have to, like, strong-arm any of your people, I mean, goddess of destruction and everything kind of sounds good.
Yep. Yeah. Hey. It's gonna be okay, alright? We'll figure it out. There has got to be people smarter than us that know about this stuff. So we'll figure it. Okay?
Only issue is, here's a snack. So, like, at the end of the 6 months, you're gonna find someone else that embodies the dragons. You know how Tinkle Death died? There's now an opportunity.
So they think that you're one of these things reborn, and they said that they'll find another one who is another one of these creators reborn, but they're not reborn because, as far as we know, only one of them is dead, and that was fairly recently. So when
I
they
didn't say this makes sense.
I have no idea what these people are thinking.
Do you think the dragon was contaminated and they've just all gone cuckoo?
I have no idea. This is weird and backwards, and I want out of here as quick as possible.
Agreed.
But first off, I'm gonna go and I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. That is what I'm going to do. Perhaps I'll lock the door first.
Please and thank you.
And he will go, and as he goes to, like, push the sigil on the door that locks it, there is frantic knocking at the door. And he will put his hand on the sigil that opens the door, and Kesselis is going to be there, and he's like, so I have some news. And I think you're going to be mad. And yeah, we're gonna end it there. But! The greatest crime that we have had here today in this session has been that because Elion went to bed, Elion's did nothing.
Brother, I'm vibing.
So I can't leave him with
Sorry.
nothing. So unfortunately, Harry, what that means is that today's trauma falls on your shoulders.
Let's go.
So, Elion, you're going to be our after credits scene. Elion, as you sleep and dream, or as you trance and find yourself in a dream state of semi-awareness, everything shifts around you, and you find yourself standing in a cavern. It's pitch black, but you can hear that deep thrumbling rumble is what that was meant to be there. Thrumming rumble of a chesty, airy space taking a breath. and then a wall of flames erupts around you. And through those flames comes a huge golden claw. And then another one steps in its place. And then gargantuan, monumental in size. One of this thing's scales, like the scales on its neck, could easily be wielded as a tower shield to you. Humongous in size. A great golden dragon. And it does the whole Smaug thing where its neck wraps around you, giving you like a 20-foot space to move in, but closing you off, and its head comes to look down on you. So, you are the one I have been speaking to. You walk among those who have killed my kind. I would know your intentions.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
If you truly seek your own demise, then I implore you to entice with these killers, egg breakers. But know that with my death, you will lose something you desire. You will lose the truth.
Rather cryptic.
Sorry, say that again, please.
It's rather cryptic, your words.
You wish for direct speech.
I would prefer so.
Lay your lot with these humans who have killed so many of my kind, who wear us as fashion implements, who carry us as weapons, and you will know the full wrath of what I can bring. In the greatest of hypotheticals, should you bring me to my dying breath, I will take to my grave information which you seek dearly.
I don't think I've quite made up my mind yet, so I think you're okay.
I loathe mortal, fanciful minds which can be so easily plied with promises of honeyed wines and shining gold.
I think you mistake who you're talking to, friend.
As I hope I do, for the last one of your kind I spoke to proved you worth keeping. I would hate for his lineage to be so sullied.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose your offer is rather enticing.
Prove, make your choice. Within the hall that you were shown, there is a piece, something which once belonged to me. I would have it returned. Return with it, and I will see you as an ally. Return to my cave without it, and we will meet in battle. At least. For a time.
And am I going to get the location of your cave, or is that something I'm supposed to figure out?
Your mind is assaulted with images. One, the item he asked you to retrieve. It's a gold orb. That's it. It looks like a very, very simple gold orb, about the size of like a football.
Mm-hmm.
And the location of his cave is on a mountain spire overlooking the ocean within summer.
Yeah, that tracks.
He says if you make the correct choice, you will find out what happened to your father.
Can I sleep now?
You ask that question and there's just a and nothing else. And that's where we're going to leave today's session. That is where I'd like to. So we have a split party going into next week's session, guys.
Fuck! I'm sorry!
You know, sometimes you say to yourself, I want a nice chill session, and then you stick by your rules, which is you never fudge dice rolls, and you roll dice and they decide, fuck you. Such as summoning Asmodeus, fucking up Zotali, and Sheila is apparently evil Jesus. Great! Fucking great. Oh, and also, just for talking sake there, Elion is now in a possible frenemy-ship with one of the creators of the world.
It's complicated. It's a situationship. Okay?
Literally summoning Asmodeus was one of the nicer parts of tonight's episode.
Like,
literally summoning Asmodeus was a nicer part of tonight.
I just wanted to send my crush a nice little message, making him feel good about himself. And then I find out he's
listen. Shout at the dice. Shout at the dice. I rolled them and they say he's not there anymore. Thank you very much for coming to see us today, folks. If you like what you've seen here today, do go and check out any of our social medias. Go anywhere and type in World Tree Quests. You'll find us there. We are currently active on TikTok and Blue Sky. And that's it for just now. But you will find us other places if you'd like to follow in the case that we do become active again. I don't think I have any other little things to say. Oh, actually, I will say this. All sessions this week will be starting between a half an hour and an hour later, because we're doing touch base sessions, except for Thursday. Fathoms Below will not be on. There are some situations happening with that. So Fathoms Below for the next 2 sessions, for the next 2 weeks, will not be present. It will be not this Thursday coming, not the Thursday after, but the Thursday following that, when Fathoms Below will return. So that being Thursday the 30th will be the first session of Fathoms Below back. Other than that, I've got nothing. So I'm going to pass over to my lovely players and allow them to plug themselves and where you can find their lovely faces. So we're going to start with who's first on my docket for doing the round robin. It's actually yourself, Harry. So, Harry, where can we find you?
There is now one singular place. I have now been coerced into a Blue Sky account where I post once every 3 weeks because I remember it exists.
I'm gonna go follow you.
I am at that guy Just Harry on Blue Sky because Just Harry was taken.
Who the fuck took Just Harry? I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna actively find them. I'm gonna hunt them down. Okay, that guy Just Harry on Blue Sky. Cool. I will go and find you right now. Nothing else for you there?
That is it.
Fantastic.
I'm
Moving on.
altering his code to have more, but it's a slow work.
We need to get him. We need to get him on Instagram so he can post once every 3 weeks, and it's just the same face, just him going, "Remembered Blue Sky, go check it out." Moving on to Ash. Is there anything that you would like to plug at all?
I am exclusively here for all D&D content. However, if you want to find me on other socials, I am Ash Howard Music on most social media platforms.
Fantastic. Sweet and simple. Love it. There's no complicated shit like mentioning AI and talking about code and social medias that you got that you only post once every 3 weeks. Khadija, anything that you would like to plug at all, my dear?
Hi. As far as playing D&D goes, I am also exclusively here. But if you want to see my face and hear my content in other places, you can find me at Khadija Al Kubra on Archive of Our Own, Instagram, also Blue Skies now, and I'm going to be. I'm still on TikTok at the Bookworm Archive as the Book Dragon, but I'm going to slowly be transitioning those videos and trying to do more content on also a separate Instagram, as well as I'm going to be trying to do YouTube now until like. Things kind of like, well, we'll see how it goes with TikTok, but I'm trying to transition to a longer form platform, so keep your eyes out for that, and that's all for me.
And last and most certainly not least, we move to Liz. Anything you would like to plug at all there?
Hi, if you like to see me play D&D, this is the only place you can do that. I'm exclusively with World Tree Quests. For the foreseeable future of hopefully forever, because I like being here.
We like.
However, if you like to see my face doing other stuff over social media, you can absolutely do that at Patron of Chaos, either all together or patron _ chaos on all social medias. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm not on Twitter. I deleted Twitter from my phone, actually, quite frankly.
Fuck you, Musk.
Yep, 100%. I hate him. So
That's all I've got to say on the matter.
I'm on Blue Sky, where it's fun. I am on Instagram. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Storygraph. If you're into that, I'm everywhere. You can't escape me. I'm on TikTok.
Except Twitter. You can hide.
Yeah,
there.
you can't escape me on Twitter, but do you really want to be there?
That's a fair point. All right, thank you very much for that, Liz. Well, if that's it from my players and that's it from me, then I guess that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests here on YouTube and Twitch. With me today, we have had Patron of Chaos, we've had that guy Just Harry, we've had Khadija Al Kubra, and we've had Ash Howard Music. From all of us here at World Tree Quests, it's good to be back. Good night. Have fun. Don't split the party. And also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.
I didn't mean to.